Former Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila has met with ex-South African President Thabo Mbeki to discuss the DRC conflict, among other issues. The Southern African Development Community last week deciding to withdraw troops. Yesterday, the M23 rebels announcing they would abandon an Angolan-mediated meeting today. Let's discuss this now, and Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo is in Houghton, and that is where the former DRC president was meeting with former President Thabo Mbeki. Ziyanda, good evening to you. Joseph Kabila is in South Africa, but he left office some time ago. In his view, what has gone wrong in his country?
Oh, he had some strong words, Xoli, about what has gone wrong. But let's start off by reflecting on Kabila's role then in bringing peace in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. You'll remember that in 2002, there was a process in our country, in Sun City, to be specific, to discuss the issues of peace. An agreement was signed, which was the foreground for that country's constitution. And so he says, and I don't know if it's because he was patting himself on the back, but at least for the last 16 or 17 years, there was stability in the country, not 100%, but there was at least room for economic development. Of course, Kabila being president since 2001 until 2019. He says, I mentioned the strong words that he used, that the problem starts with the incumbent Felix Tshisekedi, and they will be ended by Felix Tshisekedi. Let's listen into what he said.
I believe the problem in the Congo, you rightly said so, the problem is President Felix, the solution is President Felix. Now, how do you understand that? How do you turn that left and right? Up to you. But critical decisions have to be made. And in critical times, you have to make critical decisions, and these are critical times for the Congo. But as far as we are concerned, well, like I said, we intend to be very much involved in everything that's happening, especially in as far as peace is concerned, and to move around instead of it just being a SADC thing or East African, for it to be our own initiatives, and go each and everywhere where we believe that we can bring about positive change, positive news, be it in the East, which we are preparing to do, be it in the South, in the North, and the West.
So in essence, that's how Kabila is diagnosing some of the issues in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And in essence, he's saying the voice of, the Congolese is missing from the discussion, because lots of questions were also fielded at Kabila about the role of, the SADC region and other communities, blocks such as the East African community, for an example, questions around Rwandan President, Paul Kagame, and of course, as you mentioned in your intro, Xoli, the M23 firstly pulling out of that meeting taking place in Luanda, but of course severing the ties, diplomatic ties with Belgium. So all these issues are coming together, and of course we asked then about what Kabila believes the consequences of withdrawing our troops and that of the other Sami DRC troop sending countries would be, given how fragile the situation is. At this stage, we understand that there could be a rebellion in the region of Katanga, and that situation remains volatile.
So what are the consequences of Sami DRC pulling out? Well, I don't see any major disturbances in as far as the withdrawal is concerned, because these are forces, as far as I know, that were deployed in a given area, which is areas around Goma. Any implications further than that, well, probably time will tell.
Only time will tell. Former President Joseph Kabila telling reporters there. Senior reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo, thank you very much coming to us from Houghton this evening.